Okay. What is going on, people?
Ladies, gentlemen, and the often forgotten, but not by me, AH-64 Apache gunships. How's it going?
Hello, everyone. This is Prime Red, and with me is Foehammer. And we're going to do a little live stream today. It is my very first one. Thanks, everyone, for coming out. We hope you enjoy it. We hope you have a good time, and we hope you participate a little bit. You know, comments and throw out some questions, things like that. Who do we got in the audience?
Right now, it looks like it is Johnny O.
Johnny O, is he still here?
I think so. It says 4 people waiting. So I'm assuming 4 people are still watching. And Johnny O is the only one to comment that isn't us. Oh, and then there's a Dark Steve, too.
Oh, okay. There's Dark Steve. Hello, Dark Steve.
Hello, Stevis.
We're doing a bit of a live stream. So, what's new with you, Foehammer? What's been going on lately?
Not much. Just been on the Four Swordsmen. I had a debate yesterday with Effed Up World on Irish Demon's channel. I made him admit that the Earth was a globe on no less than 5 separate occasions. I did say something that was wrong, however. I said that if you take a rocket and you travel in a straight line, eventually it will be able to establish a orbit. And I didn't mean a stable orbit, and I only meant that mathematically it was possible. And it's something that I saw in passing in a research paper, but there had never been a practical attempt done. It is possible in Kerbal Space Program as well to do. It just is a very niche thing to do. So it's not really something that was factual that I said. And so I corrected myself in the comment section.
Sure, yeah. King Go F Hugh Thrico Mundo. If you got a question, just throw it out there. Just type it out there. Just keep going. How is Transformers different from Star Wars? That's a good question. I actually created an entire video all about that. You should watch it if you haven't. I'm guessing you have. Yeah, there's your answer right there. But it's different in a lot of ways. Anyone else out there saw that video? Dark Steve, did you watch my new Transformers video? Transformers and Star Wars video, I should say.
I mean, I watched a little bit of it. I obviously can't speak for the Upside Down Man. But it was pretty good from what I saw.
Crikey. Yeah, any comments on it? Anything you disagree with? Anything like that? Steve, really quick, Steve, you need to get on that, man.
Get with the program, Steve. No, I really don't have any comments or any critiques. It was really good. I mean, Transformers, they deal with giant robots that transform from cars to mecha, basically. And Star Wars has walkers, and that's about where the similarities end.
Mecha isn't mecha considered, though, human piloted robots? It's not really the case for Transformers.
It's a poor comparison, but it's kind of fair.
There's Nerd Angle, and you are wrong. Hot Rod is not Luke Skywalker. I have thoroughly debunked that claim already, so you are wrong. Welcome to the stream, though. Cats or dogs, which is superior? I think dogs are superior.
Oh yes, I absolutely agree. So Nerd Angle does have a point, and they can be mecha if this is the case. But can't the Transformers be driven?
Technically, they can be. Yes. In the vehicle modes, you could probably control them. They've done it. They did it in the cartoon a few times.
They also did it in the live action, but we don't talk about the live action.
And we can talk about the live action. Well, no, they didn't really drive them in the live action movies though. They just kind of sat behind the wheel, and the actual robots drove. So not really the same thing.
That's fair, I guess. Because before, what's the main character's name in the live action? I don't even remember.
Which one?
The one that there's 5 movies. Megan Fox was in them.
Yeah, Megan Fox was in 2. The 2 that she was in, that was Shia LaBeouf. Or Shiloh LaBeouf, as Nerd Angle says.
Yes, Sam. Before Sam knew that he was driving Bumblebee, Bumblebee acted like a regular car.
Yeah, that's true.
And he drove Bumblebee.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, Witwicky.
Same Witwicky. The name Witwicky comes from the original cartoon and the comic, actually. So, in the cartoon, of course, it's called the young human protagonist was called Spike, and his father was Sparkplug. Those never transferred over to the live action movies, though. And in the comic books, there was actually Buster was the young human protagonist. So, yeah, technically, Foehammer is right.
Very, very technically. I would not say that I am right in, like, generally speaking, because obviously they don't get piloted when they're in the robot mode, just in the vehicle mode, and
Yes.
that's only once in a while.
Yep.
A mecha would be more like the cataphracts from All Noah Zero.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's a really good anime series. So I'll give a basic rundown. Humans leave Earth, colonize Mars, and the Martians find a source of unlimited power called All Noah. And they put them in drives, what they call drives, basically power plants, and they put them in giant mech suits. And then Mars invades, and they have 32 different mechs that invade the Earth. And each one has a special power. One of them has a reality shield, as they call it, that destroys any matter that it comes in contact with. But it has a small hole in it to allow a signal to get through so it can see out. And it gets the signal through drones. Another one is the ability to freeze stuff to absolute zero, where it stops the atoms from moving by stealing the heat from them. And the humans have giant mechs too, but they are relatively primitive in comparison. They don't have these special powers. They have general issued rifles, that for cataphract on cataphract fighting is fine. But when they try to take on these Martian mechs, they're woefully inadequate.
Yeah. So as far as piloted mecha, or really one of the top ones I would go with would be the Valkyrie fighters from Robotech or Macross, depending on what you go with.
Yeah, that's fair. Gundam is another good one. Zoids.
Oh, there she is. There is my magnificent Casey. Thank you so much for being here. Always want to see you in the chat for my videos. But we're just talking about random stuff right now. We're talking about a little bit about my most recent video of Transformers versus Star Wars. And we kind of got into a little bit of talking about mecha and stuff like that. I just brought up the Robotech Valkyrie. What does everyone think about the Veritech fighters from Robotech?
I have not seen a ton of Robotech, so I will need to watch more of that.
Yeah. I also bring that up because there is a bit of a connection to Transformers with that, because of course the Veritech fighters from Robotech, they were licensed by Hasbro and they became the Jetfire figure.
Oh.
And it was kind of a clusterfuck. It turned into this big legal battle because Harmony Gold had licensed Macross to create Robotech. And at the same time, Hasbro had licensed the figures for the Macross, the Veritech fighter. And they got in this huge battle because shortly before, I think it was shortly before Robotech came out, they were putting out animated Transformers cartoons, which had the Veritech fighter cartoon design in their toy commercials. And of course, Harmony Gold, rightly so, got pissed off because they're like, yeah, they're stealing our thunder because they didn't have any toys. So they got into this big heated legal battle. And what ended up happening was the court sided with Hasbro for the figures. So Hasbro was able to make the Jetfire figures and sell them. But they sided with Harmony Gold for the cartoon, for the animation. So they could not animate that figure in the Transformers cartoon. So they had to basically create an entirely different character for that figure that they were selling, and ended up really not using him. He ended up becoming Skyfire in the cartoon. In the first 2 seasons, he showed up really infrequently, basically because they had to write him out because they couldn't use his cartoon image to sell the toys. So Jetfire became Skyfire, and then they got rid of him entirely. And let's see, Nerd Angle's talking about Gundam Wing.
He also said that he wants to troll in peace, but we have to have him sell us insurance for him to troll. That's a kind of old reference from a Team Skeptic live stream. Nerd Angle, we love you.
Yeah, Nerd Angle, he's got some serious nerd cred going on. But yeah, Transformers is one of my big things. So you ever do like a Transformers segment on Raven and the Wolf? I'm definitely down for that because I could talk about it for a while. Let's see. So yeah, if you haven't seen my new Transformers video, definitely check that out. A couple of people told me they were expecting it to maybe be a little bit longer. When I made it, I didn't know if that was going to be a subject that people were all that interested in. I didn't think they would really care about me going into details about why actually Transformers the movie and Star Wars, especially Star Wars 1977, before it became A New Hope back in the 80s, are different. Even though I've seen it several times, like people keep bringing this up, like Transformers and Star Wars. Transformers is just a ripoff of Star Wars. I've watched the first 2 episodes of The Mandalorian, Nerd Angle. Don't really care for it that much.
I watched both seasons. I love it. I absolutely adore The Mandalorian. I feel that it is the one good piece of Star Wars media that's come out in the past 5 years.
Since Disney, Disney has not done well.
No,
with Star Wars.
Disney has screwed us over.
Everyone loves Rogue One. I do not like Rogue One. I think Rogue One is fucking boring. Right up until the last 15 minutes or so.
Yeah, the last 15, 20 minutes, Rogue One is fucking boring.
It's the characters are dull. They're not interesting. There's just weird things that they do, like things that don't make sense. Like, I don't know if it was from when Gareth Edwards was originally doing the movie, because he got fired and ended up getting replaced because Kathleen Kennedy has this hard-on for replacing directors like mid-projects or not even letting them do their projects. So that's kind of dumb. You're going to do Harry Potter novels versus their movie adaptations. That would be good. I always enjoy like a good novel versus movie comparison. Um, Crimson Rogue. I don't know if you saw his channel. He does a really good job with his The Book is Better series. So you should check that out if you haven't. Crimson, if you are seeing this, which you're not, but if you do end up seeing this, yeah, hit me up. I'd love to do something with you. But yeah, so watch my new video. And I guess we should talk a little bit about Sci Fi Navigator.
Yes, and some of the things that we have thought of, and some of the things that we would like to talk about with the audience.
Yes, because we're not abandoning Sci Fi Navigator. It's something that both me and Foehammer are really feel strongly about doing. We haven't done anything with it in a month, mostly because of conflicting schedules, which have been resolved. So we should be able to do a lot more with that. And we are talking about what we're going to do next. We know we're going to do another episode for sure. We're going to keep going with season 1 of Stargate SG-1. We're definitely going to keep doing this. We're going to finish season 1. Probably going to do season 2, and then maybe we'll take a break and start on something different, and then come back just to keep things fresh. And we're talking a little bit about the format and how we want to format the episodes. And we kind of want to talk a little bit about the premise of the show as well, because I do want to make sure everyone understands what we're trying to do with the premise. And some of it has to come on our shoulders as well, because we may not be doing as good as we can to articulate what we're trying to do with it.
Yeah.
But the show is what the show is. It's a show inside of a sci-fi universe that basically I started creating, and Foehammer's been helping me with it when he's not smashing his
vape into my desk.
When he's not making oh, hello, Darkwatch. Yeah, we talked a little bit about Robotech and Transformers. I talked a little bit about the legal battle between Hasbro and Harmony Gold. And I just put out a video comparing, or actually debunking the comparisons between Star Wars from 1977 and Transformers the movie. Since apparently a lot of people think that Transformers the movie is just a ripoff of Star Wars, which, spoiler alert, it's not. And we can go into all kinds of details on that, but I didn't think that was something that people were going to be super interested in, which I will absolutely make a follow-up video if people want to get in on that. But back to Sci Fi Navigator. If you guys haven't seen the intro videos for that, super important that it helps build up the lore, because Sci Fi Navigator, as I was saying, takes place in a sci-fi universe that I created that Foehammer is kind of helping me flesh out. And what it is we are part of the crew of the starship USS Ranger. And we are creating this TV show talking about these quote-unquote old sci-fi shows and movies to entertain the crew of the Ranger. And you guys, the audience, are the crew of the Ranger. So when you watch these videos, I'd like you to keep that in your mind, use that kind of mindset that we're talking to you as the crew of the Ranger. And think about, what's going on in this universe as we're talking about it. Jump in, Foehammer, give a little bit on your thoughts.
Sure. So basically, the moral of our story so far is, like what Prime said, we are two officers that are on a starship that's going through a certain sector of space, fighting pirates, basically, and how these pirates became organized and whatnot. And we are basically trying to do a morale program in universe by watching all of the historical science fiction. that, and by historical, I mean all of the stuff that historically took place. So it's something that we plan on taking further than just looking at science fiction in TV shows. It's something we plan on writing books on. We plan on releasing these books on like Amazon and whatnot, or just PDF files, depends on how popular they are. I'm going to be learning how to animate pretty soon. So we're going to try to animate some of our stuff as well. And we're trying to flesh out our lore a little bit more.
So that's going to be the next video. We want to get that out fairly soon because we want to keep going with the Sci Fi Navigator. We want to build up anticipation on that. And basically, if you haven't watched the first episode, you should. It ends on a cliffhanger. It ends on us receiving this distress signal. So we're going to be working on this video that's going to explain the situation that happens with this distress signal. And then we come in for episode 2 of Sci Fi Navigator. We're going to reference that, but we're not going to be like explicit about it because we don't want to do the whole trope where we like, as you know, such and such happened. So we're trying to, previously. We want to keep it feeling like organic, feeling like it has a flow, like a natural flow through the episodes. So it's going to take a little bit of us to figure it out because we don't want to do something just generic because, let's face it, anyone can just watch an episode and talk about it. We want to add something more to it that keeps people watching and keeps people interested.
Yeah, no, I completely second that. We can't tell Tony, but we are trying to get other people to be voice actors for some of our characters. A lot of our characters we're taking right out from our community and we're plugging them into our into Sci-Fi Navigator. So far, we've poked fun at JL Warren, Johnny O, PhD Tony, and a couple other people in our community. And we asked them permission to do this, of course.
No, I didn't ask him permission when I wrote them into the one of the first intro videos. I just threw it in there.
Oh, I did. And they're all excited. They like it. Not Johnny. JL Warren definitely likes it.
Dude.
He reviewed it and he watched our commentary and our other show on it. And he was like, dude, this is awesome. You guys did great work here. And Rob, maybe we have to find roles for them. And this is something that's going to be happening in the future. Right now, we want to build the story. So when we say a character's name, we don't have to go and explain, like, who is Captain Wong? Or who is the assistant science officer? When we say the title or the name, it should be kind of synonymous. That's when we're going to start bringing people in, maybe.
Or we'll bring them into an episode and introduce them there, and then discuss them more. The supplemental stuff, they're really not going to be referenced because if we do end up turning this into a book series or a book or a novel, something like that, they're probably not going to write in PhD Tony into the actual novel. That's why one of the reasons why we're not making them. No one who comes on the show is going to be like a major role. Like, they're not going to be like a senior officer on the ship, and we're not senior officers on the ship either. I am basically a flight control officer and a shuttle pilot, and Foehammer is a grunt. He's a team leader for a squad of special forces troops. So we're probably not going to have people who are guesting on the episodes major players in the actual roles themselves. And we're not going to have any of like the senior officers on the ship be in the episodes themselves. We're not going to cast somebody to play a like the captain, Captain Watts. Captain Watts is not going to show up in a Sci Fi Navigator episode unless there is always a caveat. So I'm not going to say never say never, unless we can get maybe John Hamm to play him or something like that.
Yeah, like a really big, really influential person.
Yes, that would be the only way we would do that. Hello, Lindu at speed. Meaning a stranger. Yes. Okay. So, Sci-Fi Navigator. That's what we want you to think of when you watch the episodes. We want to think of you. That's the way we wrote the intro episodes to try and make it feel like it's like information that you would assimilate when you got on board the ship. It's why we titled them the way they are and kind of performed it the way they are.
We want sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
We want the audience to kind of feel like they're stepping onto the ship for the first time.
Right. Nerd Angle. Yeah, there is there would be a spaceship insurance in my universe, absolutely. Because I have taken a lot of inspiration from Star Trek, but it's not going to be the no currency universe. So people are going to have to do bad jobs. They're going to have to do jobs that they aren't particularly interested in doing. But you get paid well for it though. Because I don't want to go too much into like the economics of how it works. I'm guessing because this is in the dates right now in our show, because we're trying to keep it like within the year. We're trying to keep it basically on like a month, a week, kind of parallel between the actual time period, although we totally fucked that up because it's been a month since our last episode. But it's 2285, and we've overcome a lot of shit. Like Earth is a really nice place to live. Like there's almost no crime, almost no war. There's probably some kind of like basic income, but if you want to go beyond that, if you want to get stuff that you're not just like giving, you're gonna have to work for it. So that's one of the reasons like people are actually doing these jobs, like working on building starships and stuff like that, and doing maintenance and stuff like that.
Similar to Star Trek in that regard.
Yeah, absolutely. Although in Star Trek they frequently talk about how there's no money. Although there is no money up until the point where they need money, because Deep Space Nine skirts that line a bit. They do mention it in Deep Space Nine, but also at the same time, there's also stuff that they need for the races that don't operate the same way that the Federation does. Because Quark, he wants his money. He wants his gold press Latin. He's not just going to take Federation goodwill. So there's got to be some way they need to pay for their holosuites. So they have to have some kind of monetary system to interact with these other races. Yeah,
that is comedy bullshit. Yeah, so this is space communism, basically the Tau Empire from Warhammer. Oh, nerd, how could you bring that up?
Oh, no.
We didn't want J.P. Wentworth up in here.
I don't know. That's a good thing about right now. I don't have any kind of satellite or cable or anything like that, so I never see those commercials anymore. Thankfully, they haven't been putting them on YouTube. because man, those commercials are horrible. My dad loves them. I don't think he actually loves them. I think he just loves to torment us by like singing the jingle. I get so the commercial comes on, he'll start singing the jingle. I'll just be like, "Shut up, just shut up." Yeah. So the Ranger, I designed that myself using a program called SketchUp, and I'm not the greatest with SketchUp, but I'm not like a total crap at it. I'm probably like an advanced amateur. So all of the pictures of the Ranger that I put in the previous intro videos have all been models that I've created, and we're probably going to create a few more. I've got several other models that I've created to use for ships that are going to be other in-universe ships and things like that.
Yeah, I'm going to be working on some power armor designs for the special forces, the Echoes. I'm going to be working on a battleship design and a ISSA ship as well. One of their big ships.
SSIA.
Thank you, SSIA.
Sagaris Sector Independent Authority.
I always mess that up.
Yeah.
And I can't pronounce Sagaris very well.
No. It'll be either Singaris or Sagaris or
Sagaris.
Sagaris. Yeah. When we were recording it, we'd have to repeat it a couple times for him to get the
more than a couple
pronunciation right. Yeah. It took us a while. It took us a while to record this.
So for about every 5 minutes of Sci Fi Navigator you see on screen, there's about a hour to an hour and a half of off-screen time that's spent making the plot, doing the voice acting, writing the script, pulling up the story. So for our hour-long video, that was about 40 hours of work.
Yeah, that was quite a bit of work. But Rob, yeah, they're not Makos, and I'm not gonna lie. I did kind of rip off the Mako concept. I absolutely did rip that off. Although in my universe, they're called Elite Combat Command Operations.
I do think we should change the name a little bit to Operators instead of Operations.
Well, no, because the guys aren't called the guys. Echo is the organization, and calling them Echoes is just a shorthand for the
that's fair,
because they would be Echo.
No, you're right.
Troopers or whatever. But yeah, basically they're special operations. They're their own kind of organization, and we're trying not to do the Star Trek thing where it's just the United States Navy transplanted into space. We're trying to come up with our own terms and our own terms and things like that still kind of make sense, but aren't just like ripped from the regular Navy. Although we are going to keep some things that make sense, like rank structures and things like that, because creating a whole new rank structure seems kind of pointless.
And I don't think that the rank structure is going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah. There's not a real point to it.
Because, I mean, we've seen naval structure throughout countries stay the same for millennia.
Yeah.
It's not going to change in another millennia.
Yeah.
Like, it's here to stay. So why fix what isn't broken?
Yeah. And it would just be a lot of, like, pointless time to come up with our own rank structure and then educate people, the audience, on this new rank structure. Seeing as how not everybody really knows the current U.S. Navy rank structure. So it just makes sense not to go that route. But we are going to change a few things around and things like that you will see. Rob, it is going to be similar. There's going to be a rank structure for the crews of the ships and the ground forces. So the ground forces will probably end up calling a rapid deployment force, and the guys who operate the starships, the Terran Star Command. So Star Command and a rapid deployment force have two different rank structures. The Star Command is probably going to be the Navy ranks who operate the ships, and the rapid deployment force probably going to be the Army/Navy/Air Force ranks. And that's a good way to just create a separation between them, because they probably really wouldn't be all one unit anyway, because there would be people who would specialize in running the ships and specialize in ground combat and things like that. Anyway, so but we'll go into that a bit more. Right now, what we're thinking of doing for lore videos, kind of what we did at the beginning, but we're thinking about maybe doing it a bit more like an audio book, like a chapter or two that's going to explain the situation that happened from the last episode up to basically the point where our next episode picks up. And I'll probably call them like supplemental logs or something like that.
Yeah, no, that works very well. I lost my train of thought there for a second. I'm sorry.
Oh.
That happens a lot.
Yeah.
Where Prime will be saying something really in depth, and then I'll miss it, and I'll have to go back and reread what he said, and I'll feel really bad.
Yeah, he's like a goldfish that way.
An idiot goldfish, yes. But that's why I was the infantryman and you did whatever you did.
Dude, I was in the artillery. I'm not that. I'm like two higher than you. I'm like 2 levels higher.
Quote unquote levels.
Yeah, so two numbers.
I love giving Prime Red shit. He gives it right back though, so it works out very well.
Yes. But we did put in the previous episode that he's my sidekick. That's the reason, because let's face it, I do the majority of the lifting, the intellectual lifting here.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. But you have definitely done some good suggestions, though. So I'm not gonna lie about that.
I think some of my suggestions have significantly improved our story that we had.
Yeah.
And have. Without giving too much detail away about our next episode, I took an idea that has been used in science fiction frequently, such as the beginning of The Expanse, Star Trek. You know, these tropes have been used and abused. And I think we're going to be fixing that. I'm not going to be giving anything away on that, though.
Yeah, he did give a suggestion that I liked, that I like the sound of, that it's kind of going to set us down a path, because for the rest of season 1 of Stargate SG-1, maybe even season 2, is going to be a storyline that we're going to be building up to in our universe. You know, as we're building up the story in the show itself, and it's not really going to parallel the story of Stargate SG-1. There's not going to be a parallel like that, but we're going to do like a building up on our story. We're going to add some life to the universe that we're creating. And we hope you enjoy it. We got some ideas and we're probably not going to be like like doing anything super groundbreaking. Hopefully, we can be entertaining though.
Yeah, that is our biggest goal, is
Yeah.
to provide entertainment that is not related to flat Earth or sovereign citizens. We want to do something completely original in this community that really has never been done before. We want to branch out outside of it. There's guys like Space Doc that do incredible work, talking about science fiction ships and stuff. But even Space Doc doesn't have the same thing that we do. Generation Tech is another instance. They're great guys at Generation Tech, but they haven't gone out of their comfort zone and made their own science fiction universe.
Yes.
Thank
you so much, Casey. And I super appreciate all your support that you give me, and you taking the time to listen to my ideas and all of that. So I super appreciate your support. Thank you so much.
Indirectly, you support me as well, Casey, and I appreciate that. Everything you do for Prime Red helps both of us out. I like Prime. I like everybody here. But Casey definitely supports Prime.
Yes. I've gone on record saying this. I will say it again. Casey is the reason I'm here right now. I couldn't do this without her. I absolutely could not do it without her. So she means the world to me. And her beautiful daughter, Clarissa, as well. But yeah, so we've got an idea where we're going. It's just kind of fleshing it out and actually building a story. And we set some things up in the intro videos that we're gonna touch on. So I gotta say, you have to watch the intro videos because it's building on it's setting the foundation for the lore, and stuff we talk about in the intro videos and things like that are going to be brought up again later on. So super important. Yeah, well, maybe I don't know. Maybe no one's going to watch it at all. But yeah, we didn't have a idea of a topic that we wanted to talk about today, but we did want to talk about Sci Fi Navigator though, because we are not giving up on that. It's just been
insane trying to. So I was working thirds, Prime. I don't even know what you were doing. You were doing like firsts, thirds, and seconds.
Oh no, I was just waiting on you.
Yeah, that's fair. But when I was doing thirds, I was so tired all the time, and I could not properly devote the energy to Sci-Fi Navigator that I feel it deserves. I'm very passionate about it, and I want my passion to show through. But if I haven't slept in 3 days and I try to do a video on Sci-Fi Navigator, I don't come through. My passion can't shine. Whereas now I'm doing firsts. I feel better than I have in the past 5 years since I started doing thirds.
Nice. And that's just going to make Sci-Fi Navigator even better. So yeah, I'm going to you kind of started going behind the scenes a little bit. So I'm going to go back to it. But yeah, it was at the point where, he was just kind of slogging through the lines, and, I had to kind of give him a kick in the butt a little bit for his own good.
Oh no, it was constant. You had to give me a kick in the butt, and I appreciate it.
Not to, nothing's like,
I would be saying a line, and it would sound like I was just reading it because I was barely making it through the line without passing out. and I always felt like I was letting Prime down because I couldn't properly give it the energy that I wanted to. And I thought I was being really energetic, and he's like, listen back to that again. And I did, and I was like, oh wow, that was something. Wasn't what we wanted, but that was something.
Yeah, the phrase like, do you like what you did with that one? It came up a few times from me. I'm like, not really like trashing him or anything, but kind of getting him to realize the performance on that. So,
but you mixed it up sometimes. Sometimes there'd be. I'm sorry, I keep interrupting you. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Sometimes it would be like we did something really well, and you'd be like, "Is that really what you like? Is that really? Do you think that's it?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, I think that's the one." And he'd be like, "Yeah, I agree."
Oh, there's Alien X Gaming. Welcome, Alien X. We are talking about some Sci Fi Navigator. Hopefully, you have seen the Sci Fi Navigator stuff. And Alien X Gaming, I should apologize because he reached out to me a few days ago about doing an interview, and I haven't gotten back to him with a day to do that. So I apologize for that, Alien X Gaming. I will get back to you. We could probably do it sometime here within the next day or so. But watch Sci Fi Navigator.
I think you'll like it, Alien. Honestly, I think that it's some of the best work I've done on YouTube. I genuinely love it, but I would like to see Alien X interview you, Prime.
Yeah.
Just make sure that you bring up his crushing defeat in Command and Conquer, where it was him, Dark Steve, Pearlfish, and Surf against me.
Wow, all of them against you? Who did you play as?
I was playing as the Soviets.
The Soviets?
I think the Ukrainians, actually, they had a 10% build speed. And we were playing on what's called a money map, where there's a lot of ore that you can harvest. By the time that they were getting their first power plants down, I had an army. Oh, it was 7. No, Pearlfish was in there first because I utterly crushed him in the first 20 minutes of that game. And I felt bad because he was a new player and I didn't realize it was him who I crushed.
Oh, did you say 7?
Stephen.
Oh. Stephen? Because Alien X is bringing up Kevin. I was wondering.
Kevin, thank you, Kevin. I am so bad with names.
He's a Welshman, I think.
Yeah.
So they have their language is peculiar,
to say the least. But he's a good guy. I like Kevin.
And if you listen to our commentary for the pilot of Stargate SG-1, you will hear that bastard talking like a frog because he was vaping. Now, I cut out his inhale because like he's just like whatever. I'm like, yeah, mute that.
I thought you were editing it down. So I was saying stuff like, yeah, just edit that part out. I felt so bad once I realized what we were actually doing. Because I thought we were supposed to be watching. Like you'll see where they review like The Witcher online. And you'll see them watch it and then they'll pause it and they'll talk about the scene that they just watched. That's what I thought we were going to be doing. So I went in with a completely different.
Why did you think we were going to do that?
I don't know. That's just what I had saw, and I had never watched the commentary before. So
it was probably a lack of sleep.
Yeah, like looking back now, I have no idea.
You know what I forgot I could do? Boom. Frog Harry Shearer. Thank you, Casey. Yeah, and there was some interesting stuff in the commentary that I probably won't bring up because I don't want to be too embarrassing. Nothing bad. Nothing bad. It's just
I embarrassed myself in that a lot.
Well, it was it was stuff that I was like trying to make jokes, and his brain didn't compute it, and he started going on like, well, that's an interesting point that you're bringing up. I'm like,
I didn't recognize the humor. But I mean, that's normal when you have a lack of sleep. Hey, alien, you can't leave us yet.
I guess he is.
Well, fuck me, I guess.
I guess he's going back to his home planet. With
we can only wish.
With Poochie and Philo. Although Poochie died on his way back to his home planet. Philo, in my head, he's fine. Like, he lives a happy life. But do you know who Philo is, Foehammer? Who I'm referring to when I say Philo?
Nope.
I didn't think so. Nerd Angle, or Casey for that matter. Who is Philo? Who went back to his home planet?
E.T.?
No. His name is actually Philo. And he can teach you how to create plutonium with ordinary household items. Of course, there's that delay, so it's going to take them a couple minutes to hear my question. But yeah, the editing for the commentary and the discussion, that was the hardest I've ever worked for editing, and it wasn't just you, it was me and things like that I had to.
I think we were both dragging ass on that one a little bit. We can do better work, and we will. That was our first one. We were just kind of feeling the waters out with that one.
Yeah,
we will get better with our commentaries.
Nerd Angle is like Nerd Angle. The plutonium is ringing. Oh, there we go. That is right. From Philo from UHF, who is the chief engineer at U-62, and then at the end he goes back to his home planet. So everybody give Casey a thumbs up or a wave or something like that in the chat.
Not the John Rapp wave either.
No, do not flip off, Casey. By UHF, yeah, it's a hilarious movie starring Weird Al Yankovic. Oh, there, Nerd Angle finally got it. It was probably a cupcake. Yeah, cupcakes are very good.
I don't
see what we can do about that.
I don't see cupcakes in.
No, she wants a real cupcake.
Well, I can't get you a real cupcake, Casey. So there's a birthday cake and some beer emojis.
Okay.
But Prime, I'm gonna have to take off actually.
Okay.
I have some stuff going on tonight, and I'm gonna have to get ready for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I completely forgot that I had to do that. So yeah. I appreciate you having me on. I appreciate this live stream.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming on for my inaugural live stream, and it seemed to go all right though. Like no one's saying anything about technical issues. So, yeah, I'm gonna do this more often. I think I'm not gonna say I'm gonna do it like every Tuesday or every Thursday, but I'm gonna try and do it more. Yeah, guys, let me know what you want me to talk about. give me some suggestions and videos and things like that. Yeah, questions, throw them out. I might hang around a few more minutes, or if people are wanting to check out Johnny O's live stream, then yeah, we can end it now.
Yeah, Johnny O's streaming. So is MC Toon.
Oh yeah.
MC Toon is debating a flat earther, and Johnny O is doing Johnny O stuff.
Yep.
But I'm going to take off now. Thank you very much, Prime. I'll try to hit you up later tonight if I can. If not, I will do so tomorrow.
Okay. All right, man. Sounds good.
So make sure everybody has a good night, and I will see you all later.
All right. So yeah, what does everybody think? You want to keep going for another couple minutes, or any questions or any suggestions, things like that? Thank you, Casey, for the applause. Rob is heading out. Thanks for stopping by, Rob. Check out some more of my videos. And thank you to anybody out there who's not in the chat. I've got a couple of new subscribers today, actually, like right before the stream started. So thank you guys for subscribing. If you are listening, or if you plan on listening in the future, I appreciate that. Yeah, what's everybody thinking? Will do. Good job. Good job, Rob. What should I do for my next review? Would be a good question if anyone's still hanging around. What do you guys think? Definitely going to do another Bible Man review at some point, but maybe I should do something a little bit different in between. Or maybe, do you think I should do some kind of follow-up to my Transformers Star Wars video? Or maybe I should just do like a completely different Transformers video or something like that. What do you guys think? Bible Man is always entertaining. Thank you. I appreciate that. I know you enjoy that. Bible Man is entertaining. Although it's not always entertaining for me to watch. Because I'll tell you this, I did watch the Gossip Queen episode a couple months ago, and I couldn't. I don't know if I was in the wrong headspace or what, but I couldn't find an angle on it. I couldn't figure out what I was going to do with it. But then right before I put out my Bible Man review, I don't know, something just clicked, and I figured it out. So, and it turned out to be really good. I think it was better than the first Bible Man review myself. Let's see. I do suffer for your entertainment. But yeah, okay. Well, I guess people are moving on, and we've been going for about an hour. Actually, 59 minutes right now. That's 59 minutes. So it's probably an all right place for us to end for right now. So once again, thank you, everyone, for stopping by. I appreciate each and every one. I hope you had a good time. And spread the word, pass on my videos to other everybody, new people. Comment on my videos, because that helps me get traction. And see if you know anybody who wants to subscribe. And with that, I'm going to end it. And I hope you all have a great evening.